What's up? Bradley Aiden Johnson here with an email reply. This is a very good question, actually. Here it is. Let me get this off the charge, it's not helping. Hey Bradley, love your channel and your vids, always good advice. Cool. I have a general question about something I heard and I'll break them down real quick for you. This is how you, please send emails like this. This is so straight to the point. 1, what is your theory on negative calories? Some people say eating broccoli and celery makes your body burn more calories than what is actually in them. So should I not track them in MyFitnessPal? Because I eat 300 grams of broccoli or green beans or lettuce sometimes, and those do add up to my final daily goal. 2, what's your views on counting calories from these foods? A lot of these bodybuilding and fitness channels say don't count veggies because greens and lettuce and broccoli and so on. Don't count veggies, especially greens and lettuce and so on. But I don't know if I should be ignoring or counting them 100 to 200 calories or not. I'd appreciate a response to this, mate. As always, keep up good work and good luck with videos and nutrition training advice. Cheers. All right, I'll answer them in reverse. First of all, should you count vegetable calories? My answer to that is yes, you should. Since they go in your mouth, you count them. People will disagree. Now, the problem with disagreeing with should you count them or not is it sets a precedent which is unnecessary, and if you ask me, flawed and stupid. Now, I eat 300 grams of chicken, raw, then cooked, every single day. I could remove that number from my my calculations and it would all kind of come to more or less the same because I eat it every single day. So I think I could take that out. Then what else could I take out? Every single day I have at least 2 tins of soup, so I could take that out too and then calculate from on top of there. I could go on. Eventually I could go only to the things that, you know, change within my diet. And where do you draw the line? Why would you remove any things from your diet to slightly throw off the math and try and protect? I mean, like, if you eat salad, you could easily get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 calories from that, depending on how much you eat in a day. So are you gonna put your calculations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600 calories off just for the sake of saying nothing? Because it doesn't help you in any way. I don't know why it would help you. There's enough calories in vegetables to count them. If you're eating them every single day, bar no day, every single day you're eating them and you don't count them, it'll all work out more or less the same. More or less. It'll be less accurate, especially if you're following my methods. It'll be less accurate than if you did count them, but to a really minute amount. But why would you allow for that discrepancy? Why not just count them? It doesn't make any sense to me. Which brings us neatly on to the negative calories thing. If, in terms of negative calories, it comes from foods that are really fibrous, really packed full of cellulose, which means we can't break them down. Celery is the perfect one. It's really difficult to get the energy out of celery as a human being. Cows can do it, we can't do it. So what most of the celery does is just go through our system, get attacked by our digestive enzymes, and we work on it, but we don't really get many calories out of it. We get about as many calories out of it as we put into digesting it, which led to the thing of negative calories, because we get maybe slightly more. Sorry, we take out slightly less calories than we actually expend digesting it. Now, if you were to assume that based on that, it's negative calories, meaning you can eat whatever you want and then eat sufficient celery to then negatize your calories and bring it back to your calories, you need to think of logically about the actual logistics of doing that. A stick of celery is like 5 or 6 calories. You know, it's and to digest it is about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, some amount of calories. Now let's take me, for example, eating 4,000 calories a day. So let's say I go over by 400 calories. So no, let's say I go over by 100 calories, right? So then I get, this is nuts. So then I get, for that discrepancy, 1, 2, 3, 4 calories, I'd need about like 200 sticks of celery, and I'd eat all of those. Does that sound even slightly realistic to you? No. There's so few calories in celery that it can't be used in your diet for really anything. It's not going to make any difference to your macronutrients, whether they were positive or negative. Even if you doubled them, celery is so not caloric, and you can't eat it in mass because how much celery can you eat? It's not a realistic thing to gorge yourself on. It's far too fibrous. It would fill you up way too quickly, and it would be horrible. No one's going to do that. So it's not worth thinking about. It's one of those, it is definitely under the bracket of this is a bit minutiae. It doesn't matter, it's just celery. Have it in some of your salads, have a little bit extra. Count what you do have, or don't count what you do have. It's such a small amount, it won't really matter. I say count it because why not? I count everything I eat. If you start counting celery as negative or not counting it, that means you are assuming that it requires no energy to break down anything that you eat, which is ludicrously incorrect. It costs energy to eat the chicken to digest the chicken that you eat, the rice that you eat, the sugar that you consume. Anything that you ever digest costs you energy because you are a living creature and you need to apply force to a thing for a thing to happen. So it requires energy, meaning anything you eat you're gonna have to do little minute calculations for everything. So there's 200 grams of chicken, that is about 205 calories. To digest the food will be about 8 calories, so I'll take away 8 from that. It's ludicrous. Don't do that. Don't get into it. Don't think about negative calories. It's not a real thing. Just add up all the calories from the things you do. There's no food you can eat that will cost so much energy to digest you can use it as a macro recovery tool. That is foolishness. Hopefully that's been some help. Bradley@johnson@gmail.com. If you have any queries or theories or suggestions or anything, let me know. Other than that, like the video, like my Facebook, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and of course subscribe. Peace.